it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Ну что там со звуком? Вроде работает. Что-то прыгает.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Ну что там у нас? Так, что-то прям от клавиатуры аж щелкает, надо, наверное, убрать как-то повыше. Да. А бежать-то? Ну раз здесь, просто так туда-сюда, потом опять телепортироваться, бегать.
I'll catch up.
Come into being. Feel this ancient power.
At the right hand, Oz reveal thyself.
Как же этот лифт уже бесит, а? Чё нельзя его просто взять и отключить отдельной кнопкой, потому что ну что он поднимает, а нафиг это надо? Эй. Телепорт.
By royal steady as stone.
Каждый день уже его убиваю. Выбрал же в этом. Где эта штука-то? Он же где-то. А, вот Манштадт выбрал. И каждый день его убиваю. Робота несчастного.
Boba, get them! Oz, reveal!
Moments of birth. Come into being.
Wings of darkness! Nice and spicy! Out of the frying pan! I'll catch up. By royal decree!
Бедняжки. Просто геноцид. А, кстати. Тут это не работает.
Nice and spicy!
Да, тут это не работает.
Ad Astra Abyss. Ad Astra Abyss.
Ой. Наелся картошки. Вот на это. Ивентом. Так, куда мне сливать теперь смолу-то? Ты. Вторник. Хорошо. Сегодня у нас что? Мне нужны деньги. То есть то самое чувство, когда тебе деньги нужны. Во вторник надо исходить. И типа...
If there's nothing
Я
better
могу
to do,
слить вот это на... А у меня нечего. То есть я их просто консервирую и все.
we could go foraging for ingredients.
И все равно же еще придется и боссов убивать. Неделя же новая. Придется еще и боссов убивать. Ладно, это я потом. Вставляем. Еще эти кристаллы кончаются. Ой-ой-ой. Ну
This
что там у
realm is
тебя есть? Да, являй. Вторые тысячи. Или уже плохо.
If you ever have any
Одна. Это я вчера, значит. этом же. Этот что? Этот? Поехали.
Boba, get them! Oz, reveal thyself! I must leave no stone unturned.
А, вон сундук. Оказалось, он внизу должен был быть. Интересно, а можно было просто забрать, не убивая его?
First forth,
Shadow Raven! Out of the frying pan!
witness my great undertaking.
Steady as stone. Eat this! Ha, Boba, get them!
Там. Ну у них же ничего нет, убивать их бесполезно. Прям.
Come to be.
By royal decree, leave it all to me, as a dutiful man would.
To the ferry. Finally. To the ferry.
Someone needs.
Вот, ульта не откат. Ну да. Бил их просто так тут.
I'll catch up.
А. Хватит. Ой, ё-моё. А что-то заикал.
Coming to be.
Midnight fantastic. Nice and spicy. I summon thee.
Finally,
А, у него скилл есть, который позволяет ему прыгать. Эта штука сломалась, наверное. Работает.
there's no end to this. Burst forth.
Booba, get them.
Another test subject.
Live.
Out of the frying pan. Oz reveal the... I must leave no stone unturned.
My blade.
Что тут делать?
Very. Burst forth.
By royal nice and spicy. Leave it all to me.
Finally,
Ну ладно. Те монетки нашел уже. Быстро.
let's get down to business. Coming to be.
Wings of darkness. I must leave no stone unturned. As a good night show.
И умер. Вот не помню, по-моему, тут же они просто так где-то ключи валялись. Где-то в ящиках. Я не помню. О, да.
It's my lucky day.
Oz reveal.
Оно того стоило.
Leave it all to me.
Finally, let's get down to business.
Ha!
There's more.
Nice and spicy. By royal decree.
To the ferry.
Да, укатилась-то. Или она что, одна только была? Да, у меня есть 3 ключа, я могу пачку. И один надо оставить ключ. Даже 2 их осталось. Потому что в этом сундуке ничего нету, в том сундуке... вот тут. Тут или в следующий, или висит это. Тоже ничего нет полезного. Это я открывал, там можно было геоку достать. Электро. За такой ключик.
My lucky day.
Odds repeat. Bubba, get them. Steady as stone.
Finally, to the ferry.
I created another universe.
Блин, и все равно слышно, как я на клавиатуре печатаю, да?
Official, and the Prinzessin
А тут какая-то записка лежит. И она тоже причем открывается.
Let's
Или
get down to
можно так
business.
забрать.
by royal and frying pan. I must leave no stone unturned.
You know a thing or two. Finally, to the ferry.
Ключка. Давай, Фишель, залази. Мне теперь заново сейчас туда надо будет залазить. Ну кто это придумал? Я же хотел посмотреть, можно ли из клетки достать эту записку, не открывая клетку. По-моему, нельзя. У меня есть еще 2 ключа. Ну да. Взяли, выкинули меня. А ключей меньше, что ли? Клеток. Где остальные? Алло, еще. А, да, 3 ключа и 3 клетки осталось. Но тратить их я, конечно... Вот в это я хотел прыгнуть. Лезем. Можно залезть? Сначала нужно открыть клетку. Вот и упало 7. Ну да ладно. У нас там... Вон там. Далее куда нас... Где это?
I do.
Пока не понял, где он находится. Волк. Я не помню, где такая арка стоит. Тут нет. О, тоже такой арки нет. Где-то на этом острове шли. Тут, тут какие-то арки, по-моему, такое. Так не могу.
I created another.
Вроде бы уже столько времени по этой карте бегаю, а такую арку что-то я не помню. Все-таки около них. А этого кабан ударил. Вот.
Be.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Оно того стоило.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Русли.
Another test subject.
Burst forth.
Midnight, Tintin!
I got careless.
Steady as stone.
Suffocate. I got careless. Suffocate.
How's this?
Nice and spicy.
To the very
My royal decree.
Pick the wrong test subject.
Где ты? Ну что, еще в лагере надо быть? Уже здесь все, только остались там, которые наверху. О, был же я здесь. Там она показала, сюда не показала. О, да тут вообще недалеко-то. Правильно понял? Тут же. Я неправильно понял. Вот оно. Ну все, отвяжитесь от меня. Вот будут бежать, вот настырные, вот нафиг вы нужны, вот ну чё? Чё вам надо? Вот ради чего? Вот надо было им бежать. О, да, мы тебя увидели, мы бежим за тобой, преследователи. Ради чего? Так, ладно. И еще одна. А, так и тут тоже не... Это туда надо будет зайти, вот тут. А здесь, по-моему.
Midnight phantasmical.
Leave it all to me.
Coming to be.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Опять ни за что убил Хиличурлов. Как так можно-то? Вода прикольно. Это же на море вроде бы как светятся какие-то эти микроорганизмы, как-то собираются и светятся от этого. Вроде бы. Это, конечно, эксперты, это все. От кого-нибудь сейчас откопаю. Тут, по-моему, маги должны на меня нападать.
Burst forth.
Совсем маги, ну пойдет. Лола. Как остались? Я тут даже не был еще. Мы добавили гачу в гачу, чтобы ты мог играть в гачу, когда играешь в гачу. А. Правильно. Давай правый откроем. Сразу правый нет. Ничего. Ой. В них есть два слова. С деловой точки зрения в них особенные, которые в общем, завтра надо прийти. Эй. Три штуки. Допустим. Это я умный, конечно. Это. А, по этой части нету. Плохо. Это и есть? Не помню, на этой горе есть что-то или? Так, здание. Здание потом буду. И опять куда-нибудь заставит меня лететь, непонятно. Понял, понял.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
А вон туда вот. Поражение, в смысле. Поражение-то это легко. О, о. Куда ты полетел? Что ты там делаешь?
Come into being. Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
As a dutiful maid would.
А. Ультимейт из разряда дал. Он стоял на месте, никуда не прыгал, нормально же все было. Этот зачем он туда прыгнул? Все. Ну это точно где-то в порту. В окрестностях форта. Какого-то форта. Пойдем сходим. Ведь молния шарашит. Вот почти попало.
Oz revealed by
Come into being.
Вон на этот арк. Кусок скалы просто в воздухе, в воде плавает, тонет. Штуку активировать, а где она? Странное устройство. И чё там надо? Вот на это я стою, и какая это и влево или вправо? Вправо.
Burst forth.
By royal decree, nice and spicy.
Куда ты улетел опять? Что ты тут делаешь?
How's
I
this?
summon thee.
To the fairy.
Ну, серьезно, у них шапки такие, как у этого Рамуши были. Эта штука потом, по-моему, по квесту. Верно. Это не точно. Че это за фонтанчик льется? Ага. Понятно.
Live.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Bubba, get them.
Burst forth.
Вот зажали меня. Ну что это за такое-то, блин?
I must leave no stone unturned. Brace you.
Просто не дают двигаться. Куда ты ушла?
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
А ты что, спускаться не будешь? Так будешь там стоять, стесняться?
Coming to be.
А, вот сейчас ты уходишь под землю, да? Ладно.
Bubba, get them. Leave it all to me.
Burst forth.
Блин, а как стул скрипит, все равно слышно. Вроде клавиатуру-то не слышно, когда ему по стул. Бедный стул. Здесь же так никогда нельзя. Здесь только это единственное.
Live!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Ниндзя прыгает. Ну и чё? О, кончилось. Он тут так и будет бесконечно. О, нет. Это я, по-моему, долго уже бегаю какой-то из него.
Coming to be!
Тем закончился. О, надо, наверное, сетку. Что у нас тут магазин? А, все, примагемчики кончились. Не, ну это не серьезно. То есть целый остров сделан ради одной записки и все, что ли? Не поп. Очень здоровски. Этого нельзя заплыть. Я уже такой опыт, отсюда. Там-то не. Я их даже не видел. А там молния бьет прям в землю, не по воде, а по земле. Если это земля под водой.
Burst forth!
Hark! Lola, get the... Leave it all to me.
Лучники. По-моему, по заданию нам на этот остров не надо. Доплыл, его все равно нужно будет открыть. В сторону. Окно.
No rest for the wicked.
By royal decree.
Задание на горн можно. Потом. Ой.
Let's burst forth. My lucky day.
Feels nice and spicy.
Moments of burst. Light blade. Finally.
Ульту использовал. Ну ладно.
By royal decree.
Я такой запутался.
Burst forth.
Эта загадка тоже еще. Хватит. Хватил. Вас таких откармливают, ну, серьезно, ну. Что это за мутанты? И подойдет такой типа, отдай мне свой. Плевать, что отдай. Возьмешь и отдашь. Вижен. Он на корабле надо выкидывать. А тот-то что согрелся?
The midnight venta.
Nice and spicy. Steady as stone.
Witness my great undertaking.
Fall before me. Fall before me.
Oh, it's revealed. Booba, get them. I'll catch up.
Куда нам попал?
Someone needs assistance.
Coming to be.
Nice and spicy. I must leave no. By royal decree.
А насколько вот уникальный противник вот этот вот. Да, да. Убежал, прибежал, еще раз давай убегать. Что это такое? Это ему еще возможно слетать. Просто там взял и улетел. Серьезно? Как же это сложно, а? Тут проблема вся в том, чтобы их увидеть. Эта штука тоже.
Oz for being nice and spicy. Steady as stone.
А вон он. Работай. Ах. Оттуда прилетел. Вполне. Надо сходить себе чаю налить. Еще одна ваза. Даже не обязательно все вазы разбивать, какие-то все равно остаются, то есть нужно какое-то количество. Мелкий краб.
Coming to be.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Someone needs to sit. Leave it all to me.
Аж подобрал. Надо сходить чаю налить. Что это такое?
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2? Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2? Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Итак,
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew
не
you some.
нажал.
Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
Ну не нажал на не то. Чаю налил, сейчас остынет. Поехали. На этом острове, он же просто сюжетный, на нем ничего нет. На горе я был. Ну как был, я туда просто залез. Что у нас там? Где кнопка? Так. По-моему, эти электрокулы, они там спрятаны, и я их сейчас достать не могу. На один светится, их 2 должно быть. Под землей. Должно быть 2. Это я когда через колодец буду. Видите? Мариху.
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima has protected this place, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any but now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, something to do, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong. And still, they confiscated his vision. After, I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Тедди.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of it?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. But that's not why and what made me want to come here 30 years ago. And I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't... But if you can't remember anything... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some...
I keep a diary? If you say so.
Oh, yes! Yes, you do! And what's more, I remember you saying at the time...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We...
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dried braised salted fish. I messed up and burned today. I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that let his best friend bomb, I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to...
А если выключить? А то ты еще музыку.
So this is the omamori page. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, but anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance. The soil looks like it's been... Must be something pretty amazing. It looks like a letter. The paper's... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima came here was to wait, but he's been here for 30 years. Oh, well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and...
Громкость надо только музыки.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my... But I have no still. It's clear that I was waiting for... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regrets, everything I felt for her. No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been... I think... maybe not. If this is something I... Although... What if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find... When I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't... Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my... I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But still... It makes... Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him. We're... Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Эй, слышь меня? Не работает. А. Ух. Мидори. А, это заметки. Он написал.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law, but why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some good...
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kuro's...
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as... It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the Nick.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she... maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and...
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be... My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently...
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were, and it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
He seems to be but we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what we should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Да хватит щелкать, что тебе нужно-то? Да не щелкает, то щелкает.
catch up.
Что это такое-то? Прорисовалось.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the...
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an...
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders.
First aboard. Run. Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use some Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew...
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back.
Время остановилось. Птицы энергии висят в...
But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get... As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Если ударить лису, она просто убежит. Ой, я что, даже в гильдии не был? Вот это, конечно, молодец.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got or perhaps there's something you want to... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out...
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, could...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. Especially after... So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think if you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly... As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell him... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his... Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too... In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today...
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree? Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see... what are you doing here all by...
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow... This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. And said to me, with this...
Hey! If you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the... Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expense in any case. We must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Бочка. Надо вообще пойти чай попить. Ну и чё? Я же нажал.
Ready when you are.
Смотри, этот стоит, этот плавает.
Cool it.
Ой.
I didn't know you were such a slacker. Come on, let's get moving. We're not frozen in place after all.
Поднимайся. Ну, наверное, работает. Или нет?
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Behold, the princess.
До дна не достаточно. Что это так? Головой уперлась и не... Какие-то
The
мелкие.
hunt begins.
Ну. О! Ну все, замуровали демоны. И я. Как так-то, блин?
In the
Ну
name of
вот
the
нельзя
princess.
научить персонажей там нагибаться, приседать. Что это такое?
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as—
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No, you got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Make-Yo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over. And he refuses to. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, but if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
the Grand Narukami Shrine. What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more...
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Дождаться надо. Как бы и так уже ночь.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive just now, when Nanako was attending to him. She heard when she asked him who the people were. He suddenly looked panic-stricken. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantic. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maiden's managed. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Без палева.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up.
I'll find the treasure for sure.
А, вот. Говорит о том, что пока нету. Крысами.
Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You moved... Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister!
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait.
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster. Studying make, I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift progress. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sense. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, after that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his master. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he? I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my... So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see... Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the... Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
Откуда бы он узнал, что они там экзорцизм проводили?
You're saying he isn't? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please. Try not to...
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domo. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news!
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the... I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei. But Lady Yai...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve...
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close... Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Mikio...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the right and...
Ну что? Ой-ой. А тут Ямада, понятно. А это тоже вот.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junya was so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
На сережках снаружи есть значок, а и нету, на правой не показывали.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
Этой сережки нету, она.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he had... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Even those of one's. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead.
Наверное, вот эта сережка это Vision, а та просто украшение. Поэтому тут есть значок, а там нету. Да, наверное, именно так. Это вот Vision, а та просто обычная сережка.
When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Темный друг, чё?
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai. Why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. Since you've been stripped of your ambitions too, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them.
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way. Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have... So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise, and I humbly ask Ansai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you... Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back...
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Ai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kami.
See that he stays safe.
О, не хватает. Есть же кнопка отдать всем. Дали же какой-то чате. Человек 20. Один ключик. Ключ вот тут можно, по-моему, применить. А, вот. Уже 10 печатей для этого. Да, тут же она была. И здесь же. О, целых 2 круточки дали. Часто заживем. И тут музыка какая-то не очень, она прям это уже начинает напрягать.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Ну, наверное, все, хватит. Все равно никого нет. Ах, надоело уже сидеть. Поехали назад. Завтра, может быть, зайду. Может быть, что-то еще поделаю. А на сегодня хватит. Если вдруг, то да. То до завтра.